Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Undisputed. The game is currently only available on PC, but is expected to be released on Xbox and PlayStation at a later date. Undisputed is a boxing simulation game developed by Steel City Interactive and 1024 Media. Okay, what is it actually like to play? Okay, so the first thing to know is this PC version has got no keyboard or mouse support, so if you do want to play this, you do need a controller. The physical controls, I'd say they're very smooth, they're very user friendly. Anyone who's played similar games like the Fight Night franchise will feel right at home. You've got buttons for straight and hook punches, you've got button combinations for the body shots, for the uppercuts, etc. And you've even got a cheeky little headbutt if you want to wind up one of your mates in a local bout.
Nice punch. What are they thinking? That's clearly illegal.
In general, the bouts are pretty tactical rather than being arcade in style. You've got to pick your shots carefully, use your footwork to gain the upper hand, and preserve enough stamina for when your opponent is in trouble.
Good counter right-handed kick. Have to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments. Oh, Joe Louis just got one of the all-time greats. Joe Louis is down.
The AI fights are okay. I mean, some do end up being incredibly dull, as it seemed like some AIs just did not want to throw a punch at all. But when you play this with a friend, it is really enjoyable, and it's pretty interesting to see how the bouts unfold over several rounds.
You can see he does not like being grabbed onto. Nice exchange here from both men.
Okay, what about the roster of available boxers? Well, you've got both male and female boxers to choose from. If you're a boxing aficionado with a deep knowledge of the sport, you can use old classics like Rocky Marciano, Sugar Ray Leonard, Joe Louis, or Muhammad Ali. But if you're a current day boxing fan, you're pretty well catered for too, with the likes of Ryan Garcia, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Canelo, Usyk, and many more. I know that the developers plan to add a huge amount of fighters over time, and for anyone who knows the scene, it's great to see both the modern and the legendary fighters featured. Presentation is pretty good during the fights, and in those longer bouts you will get the judges' scorecard occasionally popping up like a projection, which is good if you need to up your game in the last 3 or 4 rounds, just gives you a little boost. Saying that, much like in real life, the judges are absolutely appalling at times, and you'll look at the scorecards and think, oh, I want this judge has clearly got a brown paper bag full of money in their back pocket. Shocking, I tell you, I've been robbed several times. Not happy, by the way. Disgrace. One other aspect that needs tightening up in the game, I would say, are the punch effects and the knockdowns. Most of the knockdowns, they do end up looking a little bit like a granny falling over very slowly. It does need a little bit more viciousness, a bit more, power, a bit more punchiness. Yes, it perhaps is going for a realistic approach, but when you knock someone out in a video game, you do want this kind of adrenaline-filled like ridiculousnst just to make it a bit more fun. I don't think it would hurt the game, I think it would just make it a little bit better, so hopefully they can tweak that. Okay, game modes. What can you actually do in Undisputed? Well, this is the one area where Undisputed needs a huge amount of work. At present, you've only got a few options. You can have an exhibition bout against an AI fighter, or a versus fight against a friend on the couch. The only other mode to speak of is online, where you can test your skills against random players from around the world. You can also do some basic training drills if you want to learn the controls, but sadly that is really all you've got right now. So to be honest, it feels a bit like a sort of glorified demo at the moment, which is something you really do need to consider if you're going to spend £20 of your own money on it. The game desperately needs a career mode, tournament mode, create your own fighter mode, create your own fight card mode. I don't know, like replay mode or something like that. That would really just make it a proper game, because right now it doesn't feel like a fully fledged sports game. But the devs have promised they're going to add all this stuff. When they're going to do it, I don't have fixed dates, but once they add that, I think this will elevate into a much better game. In terms of graphics, the boxes on the whole look very good, as do the arenas. The animation is very smooth, and there's some really nice touches as well, like if you're up close and personal and you're doing a nice strong body shot, you do see their little torso ripple with the impact. That's really nice. Sadly, not every fighter looks good though, like Nigel Benn for example. Honestly, if you showed me that fighter and said, who's that? I wouldn't have a clue. It doesn't really look like Nigel Benn as you'd imagine him, you know? It just doesn't quite do it. But on the whole, the others are good. The presentation is good, the graphics are good, it's fluid. I'd say thumbs up on the graphics.
In the red corner, an Olympic bronze medalist from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, a hard-hitting, sensational knockout artist, and a WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder.
Sound-wise, the crowd effects, they're okay. Maybe it could be nice if you had some different arenas, maybe from the UK, with a more boisterous football-type crowd. You know, like the ones who follow fighters like Josh Warrington, for example. The intro to each fight has a good announcer, but again, the in-fight commentary team, they need a lot of work. Like, it really feels like just audio lines stacked on top of each other, very robotic, and it's an area that really does need tightening up, or maybe just a complete overhaul. Okay, good and bad points. What's good? The visuals look fantastic and overall it's very well presented. The boxer roster is comprehensive and being added to all the time. Fights are genuinely tactical and engaging, and the game has massive potential to be an absolute classic. Bad points. The game is currently a glorified demo. No career mode or boxer creator means you won't be playing for long. The commentary needs a huge amount of work and some of the AI needs tightening up. Okay, verdict. Undisputed has all the right ingredients to be an amazing addition to the boxing game genre. It demonstrates sound fundamentals in terms of understanding how the fight game works. The controls are slick, as is the presentation and the animation. It's just held back right now by its lack of depth and game modes to keep you coming back for more. For me, 2 or 3 fights and you're kind of a bit bored, so career mode can't come soon enough, and that I think will definitely elevate this to a much higher score. Personally, I love boxing, so the last 10 years have been pretty rough in terms of gaming. This is the first boxing game of any note really that's come out in the last decade, and I overall really enjoyed it. So hopefully in time we'll see this one evolve from a young contender to a seasoned champion capable of dethroning EA's Fight Night as the leader in this genre. Okay, scoring, I'd give Undisputed a 7 out of 10. Over time, as they add more content, this could end up being like a 9, but you know, we need the career mode, we need all these extra things, and then I can judge it fairly on that. But as it stands, it's just a demo of a boxing game, but it's pretty fun. Okay, that was the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, share it, whatever. Everyone who joins my channel is welcome. So thank you again. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Have a good one. Cheers.